As we are here today, millions of people all over the world are protesting towards a corrupt government. Others are maybe fleeing a country to seek refuge under one with better economic wealth. My name is Giuseppe, and today I'm going to talk about positive peace and its importance. I'm going to discuss the following. What is positive peace? What are the 8 pillars of positive peace? Why is positive peace important? An example of the lack of positive peace, what we can learn from it, and eventually a conclusion. So, what is positive peace? Positive peace is a concept that describes what a society needs to be stable, peaceful, and prosperous. It is based on the 8 key pillars that I'm going to discuss later, and is part of a research by the Institute of Economics and Peace, for short IEP. So, the 8 pillars of positive peace exist out of the following: a well-functioning government, equitable distribution of resources, free flow of information, good relations with neighbors, high levels of human capital, so education, making sure that people can go through an education, acceptance of rights of others, low levels of corruption, and a healthy business environment, which is of course linked to a better economic wealth. So, why is positive peace important? Positive peace is important because it reduces the likelihood of conflict and violence in a state or country. It promotes economic growth and well-being of one another. It builds trust in governments and institutions, and it makes societies more resilient in times of crisis. Because of course they have a stronger bond with each other, they are more likely to help each other. This of course also talks about the trust that you have in not only one another, but also in yourself and the government. An example of the lack of positive peace is in Venezuela. In Venezuela, they have a lot of issues. There is a high percentage of corruption in the country, a poorly functioning government, unequal distribution of wealth. So a small majority of people own most of the wealth. This leaves, of course, the rest of the people with a small amount of this wealth. And media censorship, so a lack of free information. The consequences of these issues are visibly noticeable. There is an economic crisis in the country. Mass migration, so people are fleeing the country for search of a better government, or for a country where they have a better well-being. Political instability and violent protests are also part of these consequences. What can we learn from these consequences? So what we can learn is that positive peace is not only for governments. We ourselves can make also a difference. So we can trust each other more, try to understand each other more, and also making sure that we can help each other in times of crisis. Everyone can contribute, so show respect to one another, be honest, and stay involved in the community. The more we communicate with each other, the more we can trust each other and understand each other more. So as a student of integral safety studies, you can also, of course, with your career choice, you also can make a difference. So you can make it so you could help the system stronger, or the systems to be stronger and more peaceful. A small summary. So positive peace is about creating a strong, fair, and inclusive societies. It exists out of 8 pillars, which are essential for sustainable peace. So, as students of integral safety studies, not only later, but also now you can make a difference. The only question that I have to you is, are you willing to make that difference? Thank you for listening. And this was my introduction on positive peace.